Hello and welcome back to the Second Chance Live channel here on YouTube. I'm happy to see that you decided to stop by to watch this video presentation. In today's video presentation, I'm going to be sharing an article that I wrote for Second Chance to Live. I create video presentations of my articles for individuals who learn through watching and listening to share the information with those individuals. To read the article, put my glasses back on and bring up the article. I want to thank you for your time. Here's the article. Why and what might have been because of a traumatic brain injury. Recently, a friend asked a question that many of us who have experienced a traumatic brain injury have asked at some point in time. Have you ever thought about why and what might have been? What might have been if you had not experienced a traumatic brain injury? I thought about this question and believed it was relevant to many of us who ask why and what might have been, and decided to write this article. Write this article to answer the question in part, and that's why I'm creating this video presentation to share the information. I do not know why I was chosen to sustain a traumatic brain injury. In 2007, I wrote an article, Flight of the Butterfly. In this article, I used the illustration and development of a butterfly. I spoke to the stages of the development of the butterfly: pupa, larva, caterpillar, and time in a cocoon. The final stage of the development was highlighted. Apart from struggle, the developed butterfly encased in the cocoon could not free itself. Although we may feel limited or encased because of our traumatic brain injuries, we can struggle to strengthen our wings, the wings of our destiny, to free ourselves. Free ourselves by learning to use our passions to live through our gifts, talents, and abilities. Apart from using its wings to set itself free, the butterfly would not be able to fly. The butterfly would otherwise fall to the ground and die or be eaten. The butterfly's experience speaks to the need for struggle. The butterfly's experience speaks to me. Apart from struggle, I would not be able to fly to fulfill my purpose. The purpose for which I have been created, to fly and not fall to the ground and die. A switch on the railroad of life. I have come to realize that my traumatic brain injury served to be a proverbial switch on the railroad of life that pointed me in a direction I would not have otherwise traveled. A track in which I could learn how to use my gifts, talents, and abilities in ways that would work for me. A track that would lead me to my destiny. In my experience, I have found that it is not as important as what happens or happened to us as how we respond to what happens or happened to us. And that's a quote that I wrote, Craig J. Phillips, MRCBA. Accepting reality, impossible or possible. As I learn to accept my reality, it becomes more real to me. The reality of what I can and cannot do because of my traumatic brain injury. The reality of what I can no longer, the reality that I no longer have the ability to fulfill what might have been if I had not sustained a brain injury. Consequently, I can stay stuck focusing on what I am unable to accomplish, or I can begin to look for ways that will work for me. And here's a quote that I like. When one door of happiness closes, another opens. But often we look so long at the closed door that we do not see the one that is opened for us, or has been opened for us. And that's by Helen Keller. I can stay stuck staring at the door that is closed to me, or I can begin to look for the door that is opening for me. By looking for the opening or new door, I begin to realize that I have choices. Although I am faced with frustration and disappointment, I do not have to stay stuck by what I cannot change. Here's another quote that I like. Research your own experience, absorb what is useful, reject what is useless, and add specifically your own creation. And that's by Bruce Lee. Following your heart. Do what you love. By realizing that I have choices, new possibilities become reality. By realizing that I have a choice by realizing that I have a choice to look for the door that is set to open for me or is opening to me, I'm given hope. I'm given hope by what might be instead of focusing on what might have been if only I hadn't sustained a traumatic brain injury. Here's another quote that I like. Regardless of your lot in life, you can build something beautiful on it, by Zig Ziglar. And another quote, I was told over and over again that I would never be successful, that I was not going to be competitive, and that technique was simply not going to work. All I could do is shrug my shoulders and say, we'll just have to wait and see. By Dick Fosbury, Olympic gold medalist, inventor of the Fosbury flop, high jump technique. So if you have people in your life who are telling you to give up, don't pay attention. Keep looking for your own technique, the way that will help you to achieve what you see as important and valuable. And the last quote, don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. Everything else is secondary. And that's by Steve Jobs. This is the end of the video presentation. Again, I want to thank you for your time. Before I go, let me encourage you with this. Please do not give up on yourself, a loving God, or your process, because more will be revealed to you and to me at the right time. The pieces of the puzzle will come together in the correct order and at the right time. I'll say so long for now. Have a great day, and God bless both you and your family. Bye now.